All right, man. It's this couple of weeks has been a flurry, man. I've been following Adam Schefter, man, and I'm telling you, like every other minute, it's like free agent signing. And I heard something today. He actually said, the legal tampering period, was yesterday when you could actually start making some of these deals. But guess what Schefter said? Schefter said, "Man, look, he's like, free agency is over." He said free agency is over. He said free agency was going on way before this, man. Free agency is over. He said this. He said most of the big names have already been signed. You got some other guys that's out there. Some smaller signings that's gonna happen. But this been going on way before, man. And everybody know this.
And hey, if you ain't tampering, you ain't drying.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yeah, man. So what you got, man? I know you got a couple you want to talk about.
We got a lot of movement, like you said, man. We got a couple of quarterbacks that's been shuffling around and moving around. No, nothing too big, right?
Yeah.
But let's talk about the one that stayed put. And we all know that he wasn't going anywhere, of course, right? Josh Allen getting the bag
Yes.
with the
Yes.
330 million, new highest paid quarterback. Oh, not just quarterback, but player,
Player. Yeah.
right? So well deserved. Well deserved, right?
Yeah.
He had that coming, and what you gonna do, right? And again, a lesson to the Bengals and all those other teams, and your boys, not your boys, but team in your division, the Cowboys.
Cowboys. Yeah.
Get ahead of the curve. Don't wait.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
wait.
Don't
If they
wait,
wait
man.
and try to let the current, contract, get to that last year, then you end up paying 30% more than you would have paid this go around.
Ridiculous.
Good on the Bills, right? They get ahead of it. 130 million, yeah, it's a lot, but trust me, the numbers are just going to go up year after year.
Yes. And
Right?
and
So
you know what? That's a good. I'm glad you said that real quick because and you mentioned the Dallas Cowboys. You know, you obviously you saw Myles Garrett stayed with the Cleveland Browns, right?
right.
Why Dallas is so idiotic. Jerry Jones is not even a GM. I mean, look at this. You got Michael Parsons right there, right? Michael Parsons won a new contract. He wanted this before Myles Garrett. Now this dude set the market. Now you're gonna have to pay for Michael Parsons way more.
Look, hey,
Ridiculous, man.
you should be jumping for joy, right?
I'm happy.
So Jerry is notorious for doing this. I don't understand the logic. I don't know what the brilliance that he thinks he's doing by waiting until the last minute, until the lame duck season to get these guys signed. Coaching staff as well. He does it across the board.
Right.
But all I know is if you look at all of the contracts that they've paid out over the years, they've paid off more than they should have.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Because they allowed the market to dictate the salaries instead of them dictating it on the market.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Right? Yeah.
What the Bills did.
Yeah.
What the Browns did, they dictated the market.
They did. Yeah, they did. They
Now everybody else has to adjust.
You got to follow that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Man, crazy.
Yep. Another guy I want to talk about real quick. I found this one interesting. Okay. So Daniel Jones. He went to the Colts. Right?
Yeah.
He had the opportunity, reports say, to stay with the Minnesota Vikings.
Okay.
And we all know JJ McCarthy. He's
yeah.
But I mean, look, we've had situations where you had a young guy coming in, people thought that he would have been the guy, and then a veteran could come in and beat him out. Right? It has happened.
Yeah.
I found interesting. He chose to go to the Colts. So what does that say about Anthony Richardson?
Yeah. He
right?
Yeah.
I think this is what, if I was Anthony Richardson, I would feel insulted.
Oh yeah, that's an
insult. You come in there because you think you got a chance.
Yeah.
You think I'm an easy out, right? Out of all the teams out there, you choose to come here because you think, hey, this is the best opportunity for you to play.
Right. Yeah. That's interesting. That is interesting. I didn't even think about that, but
yeah, man.
Yeah, look, this Daniel Jones, man. This Daniel Jones. And Anthony Richardson is going to beat him out all day long. I don't see Daniel Jones I don't see Daniel Jones doing anything, man. I mean, if anything, he's going there to be a backup. That's about it. He can't. He's not going to be starting.
I don't think it's that clear cut.
You don't think so?
I don't think it's that clear. I think he has a shot. I think he has a shot. And the reason why, okay, when you look at the intangibles, when you look at the athleticism, right, it's night and day. We all know Anthony Richardson, he blows him out of the water.
Yeah, yeah.
We're talking about the ability to play the position, to play quarterback.
Yeah.
We know Daniel Jones didn't do that great of a job with the Giants.
Right.
You understand that?
Yeah.
But when you compare that to Anthony Richardson as a quarterback, what has he done?
They
Right? People say that Daniel Jones was the benefactor of having Saquon Barkley, which is why he had that one good season that got him a payday, right?
absolutely.
Remind me the running back for the Colts,
Oh, what's his name? I got it at the top of my tongue, man.
right? It's not like Anthony Richardson doesn't have, he doesn't have
Jonathan Taylor.
Jonathan Taylor, right?
Yeah.
So it's not like he doesn't have pieces.
Right.
Yeah, he does. But he's still not able to string together a consistently, consistent wins and get the team on the right track.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? Anthony Richardson, if you watch him play,
Right.
he does not have a firm grasp of the position itself. He goes out there and he's literally a running back.
Yeah.
Right? Playing, and I'm not trying to be disparaging. I'm just looking, using my eyes and deciphering what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
Right? And yes, he has a powerful arm. He can throw the ball long. He has a couple of deep shots. But when you're talking about getting out there and negotiating, reading the defense, negotiating the defense, right? Getting the balls, out, understanding the blitz, understanding where the pressure's coming from, getting it to the right guy, throwing them open.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
He's not doing that.
He's not.
Not consistently.
Yeah.
He has splash plays, and then of course he uses his legs, which he's phenomenal at. But if Daniel Jones comes in there
Yeah.
and shows up just an average level of competency playing that position,
Yeah.
Richardson,
I kind of blame their, well, for one, if it's since he sees this now with Daniel Jones coming in, I hope he's like, okay, let's make this happen. This is gonna be a competition. We gotta make this happen. But you know who I blame? I had to look this up. The Colts quarterback coach, Cam Turner. I blame Cam. Because guess what? You are the quarterback's coach. You are supposed to be developing this dude. You supposed to be. I mean, I understand some quarterbacks need that. Look at. Okay, so they said Jalen Hurts was a running quarterback. They said Lamar was a running quarterback. But these guys developed. They developed because I believe not only their work ethic and what they putting in, but they had the quarterback's coach that was tied to them at the hip and it was like, okay, we got to learn certain things and we got to, look, I know you could take off and use your athleticism every day of the week. You could just take off and run. But man, look, I blame Cam, man. Cam got to do a better job.
I don't put it on Cam.
You don't.
I'm going to give you some scenarios, not scenarios, but some sample cases, right?
Yeah.
Michael Vick.
Okay. Yeah.
When he was with the Falcons.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So we all know what happened there. Of course, one of the most talented quarterbacks to ever play in the league.
Yeah.
But we all knew that he did not tap into his full potential.
He didn't.
Because all he did was use his athleticism.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
He did not take the time while he was there to really understand the craft of being a quarterback. How do I know this? He admitted it.
Right. Yeah.
After he left and he went through that ordeal, right? He had a sit down with Jim Mora Jr., who was his coach. And basically Jim Mora Jr. was he was doing Jim Mora Jr. a solid doing this interview because Jim Mora Jr. was looking for a coaching job, and because of how everything went down with the Falcons, nobody wanted to touch him.
That's right. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So he has to sit down with Vic, and at the end, the last question he had for him, he said, "If I had put $1 million check in the playbook and that you took home to read,
Yeah.
would you have seen that check?" And Vic looked at him and said, "Coach, that check would have stayed. That would have been right there in that playbook." And Vic, in all humbleness,
Yeah.
right, was
Yeah.
just owning up
Yeah.
to what he contributed to why they were not as good as they were and why he didn't hit his potential,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, second case, you look at Kyler Murray,
Right.
and everybody made a big deal about some of the language they had put in the contract that he had signed a couple of years ago,
Right.
where they were mandating that he spend several hours a week studying tape. They put it in the contract. If you don't do this, right? So, and then when that became public knowledge, people lambasted the Cardinals. Well, why would you? Because the dude ain't studying.
Right. 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 Yeah.
He's not putting in the effort.
Mm-hmm.
These guys, what I find, and I call it the Allen Iverson syndrome, right? Come in, you are so talented all your life.
Yeah. Yeah.
High school, college, you just relying strictly on your athleticism. You don't have to put in the extra work because you're already better than everybody else.
Right.
When you come into the league, you think, I can do the same thing that got me here. Why not? It got me here, so I'm gonna continue to do that. They don't put on that Kobe Bryant mentality where, okay, now I gotta I gotta dig in and beat this craft to a bloody pulp
Right.
and make it all second knowledge, right?
Right. 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 Yeah.
They don't do that. So now that's why I put this on Anthony Richardson. Like
Yeah.
he needs to put in the effort. Like, what is he doing now?
Yeah. I mean,
What is he doing in the off season? Is he
yeah.
getting ready? Is he preparing? Is he
I hope
studying?
so. Yeah.
You can't, as a coach,
Yeah.
as a quarterback, so you can't force someone to prepare.
Yeah. I see that point. That's a valid point. I just hope, for his sake, don't let Daniel Jones beat you up, please.
I hope not.
I hope that doesn't happen. But I got you. Daniel Jones is the prototypical type quarterback, right? Drop back passer, quarterback. And if he really wants this by leaving the Vikings and coming over to Indianapolis, and he wants it and think he could beat him out, then he's going to be in the playbook. So I hope Anthony Richardson in the playbook, man. That's all I could say.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yep.
It's going to be interesting.
Definitely.
Another quarterback that got picked up, that got moved around, but we got two more. But this one, Zach Wilson.
Zach Wilson, yeah. Yep.
This one is intriguing to me because we all know how bad the Jets were.
Ooh, man. Yeah.
And Zach took a lot of the blame,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
From being, what he was supposed to be as a rookie.
Right. Right.
Okay.
I mean, that's a lot of pressure, though.
It
The
is a
rookie.
lot of pressure, especially when you're in an organization that is just it's unstable.
Right. Yeah.
So now he spent a year this past season with Sean Payton with the Broncos.
Okay. Okay.
I don't know if you caught his preseason games with the Broncos last year, but he looked good.
Okay. I know. I didn't see. Yeah.
He looked good during the preseason last year, but of course we all know the rookie was going to come in on Bo Nix and
Right. Right.
the ship. But now coming in to Miami, I think
That's interesting.
I think that's going to be something.
Wow. I mean,
That's going to be something.
and with Tua being there and him with the concussions, right? Which, besides the point, I mean, me looking at that situation,
Mhm.
if I were him, I would have retired at that time. But when the money is there, I mean, and you got your lifestyle, you're not going to retire. But if you and I don't know how old Tua is. I think 25 or something like that.
Something like
26.
that,
Yeah, but and I know he's young, and I know he didn't want to. And actually, when you get these concussions, after those symptoms are gone, and you feel good, you feel normal, you back to normal, you feel good, you ready to go. But man, this guy is one concussion away. So if Zach could go there and put on a show, yeah, I mean that's gonna be
I think he's going to have an opportunity.
yeah.
He's definitely going to have an opportunity. And if he has learned anything from Sean Payton, gained some confidence,
Yeah.
increased his skill set, because from an athletic standpoint, he can make any throw,
Yeah. Definitely.
and he can throw the deep ball.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
something Tua cannot do.
Right. 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 Yeah.
So
Right.
I think if he's given the opportunity and he's able to really kind of get himself to where he needs to be, it can be a situation in Miami too, where you see
Man, I don't want to see. I don't want to see Tua get hurt or anything. I don't want to see that again because that's a tough situation to be in. I wouldn't want to see him get a concussion. If he does get hurt, his job is gone. I mean, I would think that his job is gone. If Tua ends up coming out of camp, wins the job, plays, but gets hurt at some point, like I say, I don't want him to get hurt. But if that happens, his job is gone, man.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, man. And then I think the last quarterback probably want to discuss here in free agency is Justin Fields, man.
Justin Fields.
Speaking of
Justin
the
Fields.
Jets, right? So
Yep.
Jets picked him up, signed a 2-year, $40 million.
Yeah.
Not
Yep.
bad.
Yep. That's nice.
He played college ball with Garrett Wilson at Ohio State.
Hmm.
So
Man,
they
that's gonna be a nice
reconnected.
combo.
Be interesting.
Yeah, that's gonna be a nice combo. I liked I remember when Justin Fields was in high school, they had this show on and it was featuring high school quarterbacks and he was one, obviously he was the top quarterback in Georgia. And I think actually in the country, he was like the number one player overall in the country in high school going into college at that time. And I was watching him, man, and I was like, man, they had all these quarterbacks out there and I was like, this kid is gonna be a great special. That's what I said, he was gonna be special. And I know it didn't pan out with Chicago for him because of, I mean, with the line and all that stuff going on. Who could, all right? And then going to Pittsburgh, getting that start when Russell was injured, and again, a nice showing. But I think this is good. This is a nice new fresh start, new coaching staff. Everything is new. You coming in, you the guy. I'm interested to see, like you say, he got his teammate there from college. And from the Jets, I remember they had a solid defense, but the offense was atrocious. So, well, I want to see him succeed. I want to see him succeed in New York. That's going to be interesting for Justin Fields. I'm happy for him, to get a new start.
Yeah, I mean, one would think it just can't be as bad as it was, right?
Yeah,
But
yeah,
who knows? Aaron Glenn, I'd like to give him the benefit of the doubt. He is a defensive-minded coach, but
right.
I think he picked up a offensive coordinator who was on the coaching staff with the Detroit Lions.
Okay.
Name escapes me. So we don't know. There's a lot of
There's a
unknown
lot.
there. There's a
Right.
lot of unknown there,
Yeah.
but if they tailor the offense around Fields' skill set, then I think they should be in pretty good shape.
Yeah, yeah. And on top of that, with the Jets, they told Aaron Rodgers, "Get out of here.
Get out of here.
Get out of here." And they cut him. Yeah, and they are going to have. I think what I saw was a $36 million cap hit, and they were like, "We don't care. We don't care. Just go, exit." So yeah, so that's interesting. I wonder where he is going to end up. If I just think he needs to retire, Aaron Rodgers.
Well, he's talking to the Giants.
The Giants?
He's talking to the Giants
Go to the Giants.
and Steelers.
Yeah, I forgot he was talking to the Steelers. But why
Steelers.
would the Steelers? I mean, you got Russ, right?
Russ is
Russ left.
he's looking too. I mean, he's a free agent.
But he is a free agent. He is a free agent.
So he's
Yeah.
looking too.
So they didn't re-sign Russ, and so I don't know, man. I don't know. This is tough. I want to stay on the Steelers for a second here because they in flux at their quarterback position. We know they picked up DK Metcalf, and we know they also have Pickens, right? They got George Pickens.
Pickens, yeah.
They got two hotheads at wide receiver. Two, not one, two.
Two.
Boy, that's going to be interesting in Pittsburgh. That's going to be interesting. I mean, how do Tomlin? I mean, I like Tomlin, but you go from AB, who was a basket case at the end, and you always have these kind of diva receivers. So now you got Pickens, and you bring in defense.
Yeah.
Boy, that's gonna be whoever that QB is. Boy, they better be ready for that because that's gonna be a headache.
For the past decade, Steelers has been notorious for somehow acquiring diva wide receivers, and majority of them have been drafted.
Right. That's
But
crazy.
I don't understand how it's always the same type.
Same type of guy, man. Same type of guy. The mental, I don't know what it is, but it's going to be interesting in Pittsburgh. When I saw that, I was like, oh my gosh, yeah, that's going to be serious. I mean, but they're not. Where are they picking in the draft?
Good question.
Let's see, because I don't know I don't know what they necessarily need, but I don't know if a QB would drop to them or this isn't a heavy QB talented QB draft, so maybe they be looking for a stopgap for this year, like you say, Aaron Rodgers or something, and then get their QB of this for next year.
Yeah. The next year's draft is gonna have a pretty strong quarterback class.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm gonna real quick. I'm just gonna stay with the Steelers. I know they got two other pickups. Significant, insignificant. They came from the Eagles.
I
Kenny Gainwell, backup running back coming from the Eagles. I think he's going to be a solid pick for them because Kenny he's a shifty guy. He's real shifty. He's never been like the number one running back. He's always been the backup running back in Philly. So he got some tread on his tires.
And not only that, the Steelers let Najee Harris walk.
There you go. There you go. So
You
yeah,
know,
so that was a
he
good pickup. Yeah. Yeah, so he's going to be their guy. So that's going to be interesting to see Kenny Gainwell. And then they picked up Big Play Slay, man. They got Big Play Slay. I saw that, and what was funny was Slay was saying he either wanted to stay with the Eagles or he wanted to go to Detroit, and Detroit was like, no. Detroit was like, not gonna happen. They
Yeah.
just locked up their young corners, man, and they locked up a couple young corners. So they were like, we don't need you. You're 35 years old.
Wait, he's 35?
He's 35. Slay is 5. Granted, I think he had a better season this year than he had last year, and that was because that D line was putting so much pressure on these, and I think that kind of helped him out in his coverage. So I don't know how that's going to translate to the Steelers, but that I'm glad he's only playing one season there because that might not look pretty, man. Because that might not look pretty over there. So anyway,
Yeah.
yeah, I wanted to touch on those two. They over there with the Steelers.
Yeah, one more ex-Eagle. I know I said I was going to get off the quarterback, but I think this is interesting, right? So you guys traded
Yes,
Kenny Pickett. I
Kenny
didn't realize
Pickett.
it was a trade until just now. I thought he was a free agent, but
Yeah,
you
traded.
traded
Yeah,
him. But what's interesting about this is it isn't even really Kenny Pickett. So he's going to the Browns.
right.
But you guys are getting Dorian Thomas Robinson in
Mm-hmm.
the trade,
Yeah, yeah.
who his skill set mirrors Hurts.
It does mirror Hurts. It
It
does
mirrors
mirror
Hurts.
Hurts.
I think that's a good trade.
Yeah, yeah. I think they are going to train him up, but I think he's still going to be the third string quarterback because the Eagles have Tanner McKee.
Really like this guy.
Tanner McKee, I'm telling you, man, Tanner McKee can go on a team and start right now. I'm telling you, I think for him, when I look at him, he reminds me of a young Nick Foles, like who drops back and gets the ball out of his hand. I mean, it's like Nick Foles, or really, really a young Aaron Rodgers that is like boom, 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 out. I mean, and when he was in that game, he was hitting dudes on stride. I was like, dang, this dude he's legit. I'm telling you, he's like 6'5", 6'6". I mean, really smart. I think there's something there. I think they're gonna use him as trade bait maybe for next year or something like that. I'm high on him. I think he's gonna be a starting quarterback somewhere down the line.
Yeah. All right,
Yeah.
I'm gonna look out for him.
Yep, man.
I'm gonna look out for him. So pivoting off of the quarterback site, I got to talk about the Rams and what
Yeah,
they do.
man.
So everybody know we got Devante
Devante
Adams.
Adams. Yes. What you think, man?
I'm conflicted,
Yeah.
right? I'm conflicted. Devante Adams, when you look at his production, you look at what he's been doing over the past couple of seasons, you don't see much of a drop off.
Right. 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 Right.
Really
Yeah.
don't.
Yeah.
He's 32.
Okay. 32. Okay.
We were just talking about wide receivers. They can play all the way up
Yep.
until about 34, 35.
Right.
He seems to keep himself in pretty good shape.
Yeah.
I'm leery. What I'm leery of is picking up an older receiver like that,
Yeah.
and in a way where it seems as if that is going to be the pick to help take you over the top.
Mm.
I don't like that.
Yeah, I got
I
you.
don't like that because I just feel, Murphy's Law, anything could happen, especially when you're at that age.
Yeah, yeah,
And again, yes, he's kept himself reasonably healthy, but it's only a matter of time.
yeah. So yeah, you're right.
Can happen to a player like that. So it's a good pick.
Yeah,
Is he an upgrade over Cooper Cup? You can make a case that yes, he
yeah,
probably is,
yeah.
because only because Cup has been hurt
Right.
for the majority of the last, couple of seasons.
Yeah, yeah,
He's had
yeah,
a hard time staying on the field. That being said, I'm real sad
yeah.
that I think today we let Cup go. We released
Let him
him,
go. You're right. Yep.
trade him, so he got released. I don't understand why it had to come to that.
Right.
I
Yeah.
believe from what I'm hearing with the reports, he wanted to find a way to making it work, staying, whether it be making adjustments in the contract,
Right.
whatnot. But the reports were saying that the Rams were adamant about him not being with the team next season.
Wow. Crazy.
It makes me believe something else is going on.
Something got to be going on, man.
And this is one of the rare times where I can't figure it out.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't figure out why they wouldn't want to at least keep him on the squad.
Yeah. Yeah, that is kind of weird because he doesn't strike me as the diva receiver.
Oh,
He's always been a team player, solid, that possession type slot receiver that's there for picking up yards and yards after the catch, and so yeah, I don't know. It's definitely something. It may be some rift somewhere with the coach or something. I don't know what it is. That's weird.
I know one thing. McVay is a hell of a coach.
Yeah, yeah,
I remember the years we were in just purgatory with bad coaching, bad management for
yeah,
20 plus years, right?
yeah.
So I don't really have nothing bad to say about McVay.
Right.
But if I did have to make one criticism, is that he seems to have a hard time maintaining relationships.
Mm.
Look, you're a coach. You don't have to, it's really not your job to do that, right?
Right.
At the end of the day, you're about winning.
Yeah,
Right. And each season is a new season, and whoever you feel can contribute to you winning that season,
yeah.
that's keep. If they don't contribute, if you don't feel they can contribute, you get rid of them.
That's right. Yeah,
Get it.
yeah.
Totally get it. I feel that you do have outliers.
Mm.
Aaron Donald, he
Yeah.
deserved to retire as a Ram,
Absolutely.
right?
Yeah.
I felt Cup should have been offered that same consent. Like he should have been offered
Yeah.
the opportunity
Right.
the same thing based
Yeah.
off of what he contributed in the past.
Yeah, yeah,
My feelings aside, I get it. I understand it.
yeah,
Yes, a Devante Adams is a better pickup,
yeah.
and Cup has not been available, so that makes sense. But as a fanatic, it sucks.
Yeah, yeah. So let me ask you this. So they have Devante on one side. You got Puka Nakua. Is Puka gonna be in the slot or he's gonna be on the other side?
See, the thing is I think he's just going to be on the other side,
Okay.
but Puka can play. He can play the slot as
Right, he
well.
can play the slot.
Yeah.
I like him. I like him as the slot. Didn't he play slot at one time? For you
Yeah,
guys?
when he first came in. When he
Yeah.
first came. Yeah.
Because I like him in the slot. Who's so after you got him? Who's your slot receiver?
What's the guy's name, man? Number 15. Number 15. I can't remember his name.
Yeah,
But you know what? No, he's not the slot. He's the outside. The slot was Cooper.
the
Cooper
slot
Kupp.
was Cooper Cup was the slot.
Now, remember now, Devante could play the slot too.
That's right. He can play the slot. But what he kind of reminds me of Devontae is a better Keyshawn Johnson, who was a possession receiver.
Way better.
Yeah, better, way better than Keyshawn. But what I'm saying is he reminds me of that with the big body, kind of being able to, catch those balls in the end zone and really, make something happen. I think Matthew Stafford is going to have a good time, barring
Yeah.
he doesn't, like you said, his age and all that stuff. If he stays healthy, I think that's a solid pickup, man. I think, because he's a hard worker, and I think Matthew Stafford he's gonna enjoy having him there, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be good. That's gonna be good. So one surprise that I had, with the Eagles, C.J. Gardner Johnson, man. C.J. Gardner Johnson, I I could see it, but then I couldn't see it. It really caught me off guard because I didn't expect this to happen. But when I realized, this is what I thought it was, but I know off before we got on, you were talking about, the younger players coming up and having to sign those guys because they coming up, Jalen Carter, Nolan Smith, all of these guys, Quinion, there's a bunch of dudes coming up that you're gonna have to sign. So, I could see them letting him go, and trading him. But man, it was a shock because when he was there 2 years ago, we went to the Super Bowl. He left, didn't do anything, came back, went to the
Mhm.
Super Bowl and won it. So what I like about CJ was you need to have a a bad guy on your team. You need to have like the guy who just talk to anybody any kind of way, don't care, just got an attitude. That was the kind of player he was. But I saw something in the offseason after they won the Super Bowl,
Mhm.
well, a couple of weeks ago, and he was on a podcast talking about, the guy was telling him, hey man, they got to do a rap video or something like that, we got to get together. And the guy asked him, I know you NFL players, you guys, you win the Super Bowl, but y'all probably take about a month off and then y'all back at it. And
Mhm.
then he said, no man, he said, I got 6 months, I got until August.
Right. Right. Right.
August. No, you don't plan on doing the OTAs. You don't plan. So with that, and then him. There was a fan that tweeted at him that said, "Hey, Saquon Barkley just got this contract. You was the leader of the defense. Why didn't the Eagles give you a contract?" And he was like, "Hey, they should. They should. I'm just saying. That's
Entitled.
yeah,
Entitled. He's
yeah,
entitled. Right. And when you see guys like that, that's why I respect Howie, man. When you see guys like that, that's if he's the leader,
yeah.
you don't want the rest of your defense adopting that mentality.
No, no,
Really
no,
don't. You got
no.
to get him out.
Yeah, and
You got to get him out.
I think that was a part of it because when you looked at his contract wasn't bad, and really it was only like a $900,000 cap hit. So that was nothing. That's really not $900,000 is nothing. So what that told me was, I know Howie told him, "Hey man, we got to sign these young guys." But I think Howie or somebody on the staff pointed out and showed him these podcasts that he was on and what he was saying and all that stuff, and they was like, "This dude's gonna be an issue, man. He's gonna
Yep.
be an issue. He's
Yep.
gonna want a whole lot of camp. He's gonna want more money, and he's gonna be cause drama." And Howie just got rid of him ahead of time,
Yep. Yep. Same like Hassan Reddick. Got to go.
just like Hassan Reddick.
Yep. Got
Yep,
to go.
let him
So
go.
I mean, these guys, they do it to themselves. Because I saw he was on. I didn't watch the whole podcast. It was a clip
Yeah,
where he said he thought it was April Fool's. He
yeah,
said
yeah,
he
yeah.
looked down, he saw a 3-1. I'm like, dude, that's not even April. What you talking about? March. That's March 1st. Why you think it's April Fool's on March 1st like that? Like, was that that's not even a good joke. So he's like, he thought it was. I'm like, dude, like when you think that highly of yourself, this is why you got the players like, your Brady's
Yeah,
and your guys like that where they don't think they're irreplaceable,
right. Yeah,
right?
yeah,
The minute you think that you're that guy and they can't find no one better,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
it.
It's time to go.
You have to work. You have to believe that someone is always trying to get, it's like they're nipping at your heels,
That's
man.
right.
You gotta
That's right.
work your hardest to make sure that nobody catches up.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
if you're talking about holding out, right? Not
yeah,
going up until August, and I'm the front office, I'm like, yeah,
yeah.
this is the problem.
That's exactly what I.
Got a whole bunch of young players about to be, they're coming up to that term where they're gonna be wanting their contract.
Right,
You don't want this guy
right.
in the
Yeah,
locker room,
yeah,
tripping
yeah.
at them, telling them, "Hey, this is how you do it," because it's not.
Right. Yeah. That's a good point because that locker room continuity and them looking at you know other leaders on the team and how they handle situations. Yeah, you definitely don't want that. You don't want a guy like that. So yeah, I don't blame Howie, man. Howie and Howie is gonna make some moves. He's gonna do some stuff. I mean, they stockpile. I heard that Eagles actually have from between this year and next year over 20 some picks, so it's just he's stockpiling picks. So either to trade in the future or and get younger. So I mean, he doing his thing, doing his thing.
I don't like it.
We'll see what this draft holds, man. For speaking of with your Rams, like when it comes to the draft, like what are you guys kind of looking for in the draft?
Well, I think we're gonna need to continue to find pieces to shore up the offensive line. So that's what I would like for them to do. Shore up the offensive line. Another guy, I would have said, I was gonna say defensive line as well,
Right.
but another guy we picked up in free agency, we picked up what's his name? Puna Ford, right?
Okay. Yeah.
And he's a run stopper because that's where we were lacking. So I thought
Right.
we would pick up a run stopper
Yeah.
in this draft, but I don't think we have a need for that anymore. I think we're in a spot, to be honest with you, where we can just pick the best player available
Mm, yeah.
point.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I would like if there's a dynamic running back available,
Yeah.
would love for us to get him.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love, Kyron Williams. He's serviceable. He's good. He knows how to play the position, but he's not a home run hitter.
I got you.
He's
Yeah.
not a home run hitter, and
Yeah.
we need someone that can threaten the defense from the backfield. That'll help alleviate some of the pressure off of Matt Stafford as well.
Yeah. That's big. That's
Defensively, we don't really need anything. Our
yeah.
defense is full. We got a bunch of
Y'all young, man. Yeah. Y'all
second
young.
players. We're good
Yeah.
on defense. We don't need to draft anyone.
Right. 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 Yeah.
I think this is going to be an offensive centric draft for us this year.
Yeah. Yeah. And you never know. Y'all may throw in a couple, late round receivers in there. Something where.
Always,
Yeah.
always, we
Yeah.
always do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
Puka was a
that's
fifth. Cup was a third. Yeah, they
there. You go. There
find
you
those
go.
guys in
He
the later
always,
round.
he always, he always find these gems in these mid to late rounds, man. That's his mo.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So, all right. Well, you had anything else you wanted to?
No, nothing else. But what I'm gonna say, I'll just tease it a little bit. I want to bring Doc back on the next for our next round, so we could talk about what the Vikings are doing. Again, I want to get a little bit more insight in terms of what's going on with JJ McCarthy. The
Yes.
decision to not sign Sam Donald,
Sam
right?
Don. Yes. 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 Big time contract, man.
Let me
Big
tell you
time.
something. Let me tell you something. I am happy. I am happy that he's with the Seahawks. I'm ecstatic. That is the best. That to me is the top free agent move of the season of the year. I love it.
Man,
When that happened, man, I mean, I got up. If I could do a backflip, like, yeah, that's get
that's
rid
it.
of DK Metcalf,
Right. Right.
get rid of Tyler Lockett,
Tyler Lockett gone. Right.
sign Sam Donald. Beautiful.
Man.
Beautiful move. Yeah, I love it, man.
Yeah.
Love
Your
it.
Rams don't. Y'all don't have to worry, man. Y'all don't have to worry.
Love it.
He'll be good in the regular season.
You'll be
He'll
seeing
be good in the
ghosts
regular.
all season.
Yes, yes, yes. I know. Hey, look. And speaking of Doc, yeah, it'd be good to definitely have him on because I know we were talking about that on the last one. Talking about JJ McCarthy and Sam Donald. So that would be good to hear from him.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. All right, man.
Yep. So yeah, we'll let the rest of the stuff play out. I know we probably missed a couple, but we'll let it continue to finish off, and then we'll round back up next couple of days with Doc.
Yeah, yeah, man. Yep. All right.
All right, man.
Okay. All right. Later.